Claudine here, and I just finished my Shabby Chic fan. It's a regular table fan, and I just used the back part of the fan and the blade on this project. As you can see, it's full of laces and trims. I couldn't decide at first if I wanted to go steampunk or shabby chic, so I ended up doing shabby chic, and I love how it turned out. It was so much fun to make, and I'll show you a little bit at the inside. Around the base there, I trimmed it out with some pearl and crochet trim, and there's a little butterfly made from burlap and some fabric and some shells on top. Here's some that's a wedding applique, and on this side is a wild orchid crafts flower and a bow, and there's the bottom of the underside. Over here on the side I have some bows and some beads and a tag. Over here some more flowers. Okay, let me explain first how I got started with this. The fan itself is made out of plastic, and it was an ugly color green. And so I had some spray paint here I've had for quite a while. It says it bonds to plastic, and this is the color of the paint. So I covered the whole thing with this paint here to get rid of that green. And then starting with the blade, what I did there is I gessoed it after I spray painted it, and then I covered it with pieces of masking tape and then gessoed it again. And then I used this stuff right here. It's a bunch of it. I found this at Lowe's. It's used on sheetrock, and it's just like this piece of stuff right here, except this is a little thicker, and it's got a different design on it, so I wanted to try it out. This is the label. It's called fiber tape. It's 250 feet. It was a little over $10, so I figured it was over 80 something cents a yard, so I didn't think that was too bad because I plan on using it. And so it's got adhesive on the back, so it works real good, and I use that on the top of the blade here, and I gessoed on top of that. And when I put it on there, I made sure that it extended out over the edge of the blade, because I wanted to get that kind of ragged look. And that's what this mesh tape does. When you cut it, it gives that ragged look, and that's what I wanted. And then after that, I just started layering my lace trims, tulle and doilies, and some fibers. This doily right here I got from Bonnie, Sassy Scrapper, and here's some bead trim here on these edges here. This is the applique for my scraps. This is a wedding applique right here, and it goes all the way around here. And this is another little piece that I cut out of a curtain. This is a little pin from my stash, and I can't remember exactly. I think it came from Bead Landing, I'm not sure. Anyway, here's some little trinkets, charms from my stash. This is a button, and it was a real bright gold, so I just rubbed some gesso over the top of that. These flowers here are from Wild Orchid Crafts, and The pink blooms are these right here, and I just pulled the top, this little bud out for the center right here, and that's that right there. And then I used the bottom layers right here, and then added some beads to that. These flowers here are from Walmart, and I like them because they were a really pretty pale pink. Plus they have a real sheer look to it. And so normally I would have put stamens in there, but this particular time I decided not to. And what I did is I had mixed some stucco, like this right here, I got from Lowe's. This was an idea I got from Miranda, Miss Liberty 25. And I mixed some of that stucco with gesso, and it made a little gritty paste. And I dipped the stamens in that, I mean the center part in there, and you can see it gave it a lot of texture. And it dries like cement. And I use that same mixture of stucco and gesso. And I'm trying to show you on the inside, you can see there's a lot of that texture. I covered the inside with that same mixture, and also the back of the blade, which you can't really see right now on the camera, but then with all the blade is covered completely with that same mixture, and it dries like cement. So I was real happy with that. Now on this right here, I used, this is some of the curtain lace that I have, and I added that fiber tape to the back, and then I just cut out a leaf, so that made a little leaf right there. These little stems right here, I took 28 gauge wire, and I had cut strips of cheesecloth, and I just wrapped the strips around the full length of that wire, and then I smeared this mixture of gesso and stucco on it, and then let it dry. And then after it dried, I could coil it, and I love how they turned out. Look at that, so much texture. And then I put little stickles on there to give it a little sparkle, and it's still very pliable, so you can, you know, work with it any way you want to. But I love how it really give it that grungy look, shabby look, and I was real pleased with that. And here's another little wild orchids bud right there, and right here. And I did the same thing using these flowers here from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I dipped the edges into that same mixture, if my camera will focus so you can see that. There it is, you can see that. And on this one also. Okay, this is a Shabby Chic bloom that I made, and it's the first time for me. I've seen so many out there that are just gorgeous, and I can't begin to tell you all the ladies that have made these flowers, and they're all so many different ways. I do remember Giselle from Lavish Laces, and Lydia at Triple Dog Dare You, and I've seen Fiona, Jenny 644, and and there's so many more out there, and they're just beautiful. What I did here on the bottom, I had a little flower applique that I cut out of a curtain, and I used that for the bottom. This is the strip of material that I used, that I cut out from my wedding dress that I had. This is a little piece of mesh that I got from Annie, Miss Garden Grove, and I have some fibers here, and this little bloom came from a trim that I got from Annie's store, So beautiful. This is it right here. Beautiful trims. And this is the mesh that I got from Annie. Okay. And then this is a little crocheted flower that I made here in the center. And a flat back pearl here. I got these flat back pearls from my sister. She sent those to me. Down here is a little button, and it's one of those kind of buttons that you can cover with fabric, and I just covered it with some cheesecloth. And then adheres a couple of shells to that. And as you see down here, there's some more shells, bead, and the cork, and then a little clay flower that I made. On this side is some, I tied a bow from that same fabric right here. Turn this around. There's a little flower bud there, another little stem that I made. This is some seam binding right here that I distressed. This is a tag that came off of a blouse that I bought. It says French Laundry, and I stamped it with the script stamp of mine, and then I rubbed some of that gesso stucco mix across there and distressed the edges real good. This is what the tag looked like. So I have some more. And this is a little tassel that I made. Trying to get my camera to focus. Come on. Okay. And okay, and I trimmed it out here with some trim from my stash and a little bit of stickle on the edge there. And this is some trim that my sister sent me, and I wove some of this other little braided trim in that. And then there's some bead trims there and some more lace. Wedding applique there, and some more back here. And then on the back side I used curtain lace for the back side, and I trimmed it out with some flat back pearls. And I pulled and gathered it here and just tied a bow. I don't know what I did with the stand that came with this. I may have just thrown it away. I don't remember. It's been a while since I took this apart, but it's got a place here that you know, if it was to be hung on a wall, it could be hung right there, so that'll work. So that's the back part. And there's the front again. And I really love how it turned out. I hope y'all like it. I appreciate y'all watching, and all the comments that you leave. It really means a lot to me. And I hope y'all have a nice day. Thank you for